It looks like it.
Gotta love Excel. Paste. One of my favorite programs.
What?
No, I'm good, thank you.
There was a dumpster fire out there.
Thank you.
It was pretty minuscule.
Somehow dispatch said fresh 38.
Okay.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. We'll now open the session of regular meeting, January 21, 2026, and call to order, please. Roll call.
Malaga,
Here.
Piccirillo,
Here.
Sullivan,
Here.
Whitaker,
Here.
Beers.
Here.
DeRuge. Here. Abbott.
Here. Would you please rise for the pledge of allegiance? Please stay standing for a moment of silence and a prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I call on Mr. Piccirillo for a prayer.
Okay, I did compose a prayer this afternoon rather than do one off the cuff quickly, so I'm going to have to, since I did not recite it, I will almost read it. I did want to say before that we take an additional moment of silence for the city controller's sister he lost and his mother recently. And a couple weeks ago, an individual passed away who did serve on DuBois City Council about 1990 for a while. And it hadn't been mentioned before, and that is Jack Green. So another moment of silence, please. Okay. We just said the Pledge of Allegiance, and we heard in the Pledge of Allegiance the words, one nation, importantly, under God. And that nation consists of 50 states, sovereign states. One of the states is Pennsylvania, the city of DuBois now, previous to that was Sandy's, is a political subdivision. Consequently, under God comes to us also. So, we are a city under God, and we want to ask God tonight for His guidance that during this meeting, for what we discuss, what we discern, and what we decide, that the result is as He wants it. Because if we do it the way He wants it, our citizens are going to be satisfied. They will be happy of whom they elected, because we're asking for God's guidance through that. So we do ask you, we also ask you that we do what is expected of us. Amen.
Thank you. Under announcements, ladies and gentlemen, obviously you saw us come in the room a little late. We did have an executive session where we were discussing legal matters dealing with the city. Next on the agenda is public comments on the agenda items. As a reminder, you may speak for 3 minutes per topic. Please be respectful, and please, if you have something to add, again, be respectful. Our girl Corby has her yellow card. When it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will say 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and at the end, 3 minutes, if you're still talking, I will gavel you so we can move on. Okay? Please don't take it as somebody being mean. Okay? We want to move the meeting along. Under public comments on the agenda, I have no one that wants to speak on agenda items. Thank you. We will move into the consent agenda, and we're going to be looking for motions for the minutes from the organizational meeting on 2026 01 of 05.
So move.
By Bill. Second by Mark. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Minutes of the work session, the regular meeting of 01/07/2026. Motion, please.
So move.
Bill? Shirley? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes of the special meeting on 01/14/2026.
So move.
Mike? Mark, seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Under the fiscal reports, the old city of DuBois draft year ended of 2025. Looking for a motion.
Motion.
Shirley?
Second.
Mark, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Looking for the motion for the old Sandy Township draft year end for 2025.
Motion.
Shirley?
Second.
Bill, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Sandy Town, motion passed. Sandy Township Municipal Authority draft year end for 2025.
So move.
Second.
Bill, second by Shirley. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I gotta take a breath to look around, make sure we're okay. Good to go?
So you think you might need a
Well, no, the last time I did this, I rolled right through them, and we had to play catch-up. I'm looking for a motion for bills 01/21 of 2026.
So.
Motion.
Shirley? Second by Bill, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pass. Fiscal report of 01/2026, looking for a motion.
So move.
Bill?
Second.
Mark, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passed. WWTP pay applications number 36.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Bill, seconded by Shirley. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Wow. Corby, you okay to go?
I'm good.
Thank you very much. May we move into department reports, please? Ben?
Any
Information.
department heads wish to highlight anything in their reports?
No, just keeping up with the winter, the snowstorm's coming. We do what we can do. The guys have been doing a fantastic job with everything this winter and just keep it up.
Scott, how's the salt?
So we're probably got about another 600 ton and we're done. So if the winter keeps going like it is, we won't be able to get no more salt. It'll be all small gravel on the roads.
So that we'll be out probably after Sunday.
Well, no, it snows, we plow, and then at the end we'll put material down. It's just, the past couple of years, we haven't had the snow, so the amount of salt we request, we have to pay for. So it's a dangerous balance we try to do, and we haven't had a winter like this
Yeah.
in a little while. With all the snow that came in 2025 before the end of the year, really took a hit on us. And, but we'll be all right, we'll get through it. You live in western Pennsylvania, you should be able to hunker down your house for a week and survive, no matter what happens, unless something happens to your own residents.
Information technology?
I think unless any of the other department heads have something to say, you can let them stand as they are. A couple of quick things. First of all, on the bills, we don't necessarily have the cash to pay all of those bills today. So we were asking for approval so that we can kind of pay them on a rolling basis. We're being judicious on how that happens. Thanks for that approval. And then I'll jump ahead and you could take the filing of the department reports and the correspondence all as one motion. You see that there's two pension audits on there. One finding with the uniformed police officers was that we underbilled, so we're trying to rectify that. And then you'll see that we received a letter from Treasure Lake essentially asking that the city provide more service to them. So we're acknowledging that, but also have a response there from the solicitor. So we'll need to continue to vet that through legal channels. I think that's it.
Do we need a motion on that,
I'll
Ben?
make the motion, Barry, department reports and correspondence.
I'll second.
Motion by Bill, second by Shirley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Under special presentations, strategic action plan and environmental advisory council.
There's two to-dos that were on my plate from the last meeting. One was to finalize that strategic action plan. We did formalize that into a document that we'll now start working through at our weekly department head meetings. So if there are not any additions to the things that were discussed previously, then we'll let that stand. The second was the beautification committee from the old city had sent a memo to that was on the last agenda. They were asking to become something slightly different to differentiate themselves from any of the other kind of downtown or beautification committees. The gist of what they want to do are things that include some beautification, some trees and shrubbery, that kind of thing, planting wildflowers over by the interstate and that kind of thing, but also potentially stream restoration for the Sandy Lick, and potentially some mine reclamation and that sort of thing, which really fits more into, pushes them kind of into a space where the best committee I could think of for them to become would be the Environmental Advisory Council, which is an established thing, and you had asked that I do a little bit of research on that. In this packet, I've included a memo from one of my employees who has experience in running an EAC, and so you'll find that in your packet, but just to highlight it, really it's pretty broad. They're advisory only, so they can use resources like clerical resources and that kind of thing, but advisory only, so they can do research. They could take volunteers that are official volunteers to the city and do those plantings and that kind of thing, but really they don't have any binding authority. They could just be a advisory council that maybe Public Works uses to get advice from. They could research something and bring a project maybe to the council and so forth. There's about 140 of them across the Commonwealth. Any pure political subdivision of the Commonwealth can create one. And they have staggering terms, just like almost any authority or board or council. Our recommendation would probably be having a council of 7. So if that's something that you're interested in moving forward with, I have on here the appointment of the bylaws and enacting ordinance, from another community that we could more or less pilfer and create our own if that is of interest to you, but I wasn't gonna put any more legal or research time into it unless the council gave me a general nod to do so. So again, I would highlight that the former beautification committee, they are asking to be, a new committee in the new year with official appointment. But as a reminder, they're really advisory only, so they don't have any real power. This is definitely something that's within the law, and if you're interested, I'd be happy to draft up some more specifics. If you would like to do more research, the memo is like a 3 or 4 page memo from our team that's on your packet. And then there is an EAC handbook that's put out by the Conservation District that, I think that was like a 40 or 50 page document that I skimmed, but if you want to do more deep reading, knock yourself out.
So you're recommending 7 people to be on this environmental advisory committee?
At this point, I'm just asking if there's interest in going ahead and drafting the resolution, or the ordinance, and if so, then we'll move forward with figuring those kinds of things out, such as how many people should be on it, what kind of specific things you might want to task them with doing, and so forth.
So if we do pass this, then we would request names from the public to be on this committee.
Yeah. That said, I'm not asking you to pass anything tonight. I'm just giving you the update on the research that you asked me to do, which I've done. If you're interested in moving forward with it, then we'll actually draft up a schedule of when things need to be advertised, who could be on that, and so on and so forth.
What local area task force have been established in other towns that
I don't
close
know.
to us?
I don't know any specifically close to you geographically. I took it from Meadville because Meadville is a very similar sized city with very similar environmental and beautification kind of concerns, and their council manager form of government. So they're almost as similar. Let's say New City of DuBois, St. Mary's, and the city of Meadville are all very similar in population size form of government and so on and so forth.
How long have they had theirs?
The city of Meadville established theirs in 2022. The law first enacted was 1974, so there have been councils across the state for decades, but at Meadville's that I was putting in your packet was just 3 years ago.
Okay.
What would the wishes of the council be? Go ahead, Mike.
Significant costs associated with it.
Really just the legal cost in setting the thing up. And then ongoing, you'd have some staff time put into it. But the benefit is that you would be getting many volunteer hours from those that would be volunteering on the board and or under the auspices of said committee.
Thank you.
What's the wishes of the board? I would entertain a motion to have an economic advisory council and move forward with that project.
Environmental.
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 Yeah, environmental.
I did not say that.
I'll make that motion.
Mike makes a motion to move the environmental advisory council forward.
Second.
Second by Bill. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Again,
Did I get it? Mark, what'd they call you this time? Did I call you Bill?
That's a lot of right.
He doesn't have a beard.
I guess we're gonna get cards.
We'll get that right.
Get name tags.
See, it's not that bad.
They don't need our name on it. Barry does.
Before we do that, Joe, do you have anything you want to add?
Not to that.
No?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Zach? No? Chief?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Under proclamations, anything that we have to add there? We can move down to unfinished business then?
Yep.
Under unfinished business, the creation of your recreation authority.
Since the last meeting, Solicitor Sable wrote up a draft resolution. We talked about the creation of it. If you don't mind, Jason, I'll turn it over to you to just briefly describe the process by which it has to be created.
Yeah, sure. So, I put together a general resolution that would allow the creation of, a recreation board or recreation authority. That would have to be created under the Municipal Authorities Act. So there's a number of legal compliance type of things you have to do. You have to have a hearing, all that kind of good stuff. So this would be what we'd be looking for from you if you want to go ahead with the creation of the authority, give Ben and I the go-ahead to begin advertising, schedule those hearings, stuff like that, and then we'll be able to go from there.
So I think what we'd be looking for would be, you gave a general nod to move forward with this. I think we're looking for a specific motion to approve a public hearing advertisement for March 4th.
Motion to advertise?
Second.
Motion by Mark and seconded by Bill for a public hearing on
March 4th.
March 4th.
Jason, it was just one public hearing, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. LERTA expansion.
So at the last meeting, we had received an application for a local economic revitalization tax assistance credit for a local business that's currently building. So we did some legal research into it and have come back to you with a recommendation. In order to facilitate the conversation, I'd actually like to turn it over to the guy wearing the RDA. Should change your name tag. RDA Executive Director, in order to kind of pitch the idea of expanding the LERTA.
So the LERTA is really to develop, or to encourage development within the city or the area defined. And after talking with Zach and Ben, I think our best bet is to outline the entire city's municipal boundary, because we don't have a specific area per se that needs to be developed. We are more interested in the development of our entire city. So that would allow businesses to come in and have some tax abatement, over the time. The nice part about the LERTA system is, or the LERTA program, is that it doesn't cost us anything. It defers the taxes of the increased value of their property. So if they buy a piece of property this year and they're paying $1,000 in taxes, as the assessment goes up, they still pay that 1,000, but next year's 1,000 plus 10%, that 1,000 plus 20%, 30%. So I think it really benefits us as a whole if we encompass the entire area. It's not per se saying that any portion, we're not putting down any part of our city saying that, you know, they're substandard or anything like that. It just gives us that opportunity across the entire municipality. Also, with working with the solicitor, we believe that we can loop in a residential portion of that because we have in the past and continue to realize that our housing market is in need. We are way under housing, affordable housing, and actually any type of housing for people to come in. So part of an economic stimulus is actually a housing proponent. So with this, we believe that we can put a residential portion in there to encourage housing development at the same time. Again, that helps us both on the public works side also, because new houses, water and sewer rates and everything, so it kind of drives everything down as far as when we get increased income. So hopefully we can put a nice package together for you guys and give you that economic tool that we can use going into the future.
So at this point, the request is for authorization to continue moving forward with drafting a significant overhaul really of the existing LERTA ordinance. And then it would also require some coordination between the school district and the county, which we would need to spend staff time and potentially legal resources coordinating. So if that is an economic development tool that you are interested in pursuing, you don't have to make a decision tonight, but this is our recommendation at this point, would be take that limited footprint of the LERTA that's limited to commercial in a certain area, expand it across the new city, add residential, and economic development can take it from there.
I'd like to make the motion, Barry, we move forward with this.
I'll second.
Motion by Bill, second by Shirley, that we authorize the expansion of the LERTA group, right?
Sure.
Okay, any questions on the board? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye? No? Motion passed.
We'll get to work.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Ben. Moving on to new business, the intergovernmental service fee for 2026.
In order to present this, I'd like to call upon Mr. Farrell. This is your charging municipalities fees for your services.
So what we've done in the past is we get called to go help other communities, and when it's an emergency, obviously we'll do anything we can for anybody at any time. Problem is, they're getting to the point where we're getting called all the time to fix a lot of their problems. And we based everything off of FEMA rates, which are emergency rates to help people in need and everything. And we want to be competitive with the local contractors, so we're not taking work away from them. We've got enough of our own stuff to do, and we can't be taking our show on the road all the time. Like I said, I want to make it very clear, if somebody has an emergency, we will be there for them. But we don't want to be your first call when you have a problem, when you call a contractor to come and take care of you.
And that outlines all the fees.
It outlines all the fees and all of our equipment, our backhoes, excavators, dump trucks, street sweeper, all the big stuff that you would pay the same. And we checked with the contractors and make sure, we're in line with everything and not trying to undercut anybody. We don't want to go do it.
Correct.
Because we got our own stuff to do. We have a lot to do on our own. But again, we will help anybody in emergency, and if we have to go somewhere, we should establish fair rates for our equipment. I mean, taxpayers shouldn't just be giving their stuff out for nothing to go help other people when they can call other people.
Well, I know this doesn't pertain to emergencies, but should we take those other contractor rates and maybe add 3 or 5% to make sure that we're not in the business of doing excavating
I mean,
and work for?
How about just saying no?
Well, I can't always do that because I report to the council and a manager, and sometimes
I mean, when somebody's calling and they got other things to do and it's not an emergency.
we always have other things to do, but sometimes politics plays into things, but, you know, I got no problem saying no. That's not an issue, but we end up doing things when we have our own things to do. And other places can get other people to do some of the things we've done.
Is there any time, Scott, that you've had to request services of another government to here?
We will once in a while request services from a contractor because we get into some things that our equipment's not big enough.
But not
to do.
another government?
No, we hardly ever, now I can't remember a time we've actually called like Reynoldsville or Sykesville or for help with something.
How many times a year you think, Scott, that this happens?
About 6, 7, maybe
Now, is it
10.
just the municipalities that are around us,
Yeah.
but nothing, like
No,
a St. Mary's or
No,
something?
we don't take the,
Yeah,
And what have you been charging up to this point? Anything?
just the basic FEMA rates that are very low, that help. when there's
I mean, I
disasters and
understand
stuff.
emergency, but I don't
Yeah.
understand the others.
Now, if it's a true emergency, we won't charge anybody really anything. We'll
Right.
go down there, make it right, get out of there. If you take somebody like Falls Creek, I mean, they're using our water, so if they have something terrible happen down there, that's our water flowing out of the system.
Sure.
We want that contained, we want it repaired and stopped, because we're treating that water, it's costing everybody a lot of money.
I agree with you. We should be taking care of our new city, not worrying about all the other municipalities.
And sometimes it helps to be a good neighbor too.
Yeah, and I definitely wanna be a good neighbor, but we gotta get it under control.
I agree with that. Any other comments from board members? Looking for a motion on resolution 2026-021.
I'll do that.
I'll second.
Mike makes a motion, Shirley seconds it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
1. Thank you. Motion passed. Appointments to the CAZAG organization, Ben.
So, the previous joint board had created a committee that was dealing with the codes and advising on the new codes for the new city. That group sunset at the end of the year with the sunset of the 2 previous communities and the joint board. That said, we had hoped we would have the codes ready. They're not, they're still probably a couple months away from being consolidated. And so, general code, staff at Capstrat and Zach, and I assume Tommy, are working through the codes together. And once we have everything ready for review, we'd like to take it back to that original committee, and then we'll bring it to you. So, the request tonight, resolution 22, is simply to recreate that committee and make the appointments, the same appointments that have been on it for years.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mark makes a motion, seconded by Sam. All those in favor of resolution 2026-022? Did I say
It
Dick?
was Dick.
Dick?
Nobody said C.
That's all right. Sam agrees.
Wait till I turn up my hearing aids down that end of the table. Let's get this straight. You made the motion, Mark?
That is correct.
And
Dick second.
Dick made the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Son of a gun, I'll get that eventually. Subdivision consolidation at 14 Navajo Trail.
Yep, so we had a minor subdivision lot consolidation submitted to planning commission for yesterday's meeting. It's Wilbert, Haynes, McMahon, and it's 3 little pieces. They're just 3 lots that join and they all kind of move the property line a little bit, real simple, not changing anything major. The biggest piece of land was 2,800 square feet, so it's very minor, and planning commission recommended approval for council tonight.
Looking for a motion for the
I'll make that
subdivision consolidation at
Second.
14 Navajo Trail.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Dick?
Yep, that was me.
Second.
Bill? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Authorization for a public hearing for DuBois Food and Beverage. This is for a microbrewery.
Yep, so, John Frampton with DuBois Food and Beverage has opened a microbrewery in the old overhead door building down behind Main Street. And under the prior city ordinance, it's a conditional use, cause it is zoned industrial. So it went through planning, they're passing it on, and now we have to hold a public hearing. And I'd like to schedule that for February 18th at 5:30 PM here prior to that council meeting. If that's all right with you.
Authorization for public hearing for DuBois Food and Beverage, February 18th at 5:30.
So move.
We have a question. Hold on a second. Mark.
That is the old brewery property.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is the old Prairie property.
Bill?
Second.
Bill makes the motion, seconded by Mark. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those against, speak up. Motion passed. Acceptance of the engineer's opinion 2026 slab run project.
I'll take a first stab at this and then potentially turn it over to Scott. There is an old slab run wastewater treatment plant, it was built in 1972. It's kind of outlived its lifespan, and we have sought an engineer's opinion on how to essentially redirect around it and direct flow into the city of DuBois wastewater treatment plant. This would kind of eliminate redundancy, the necessity of rehabbing that. It's good for long-term growth, particularly in the Falls Creek, Doolittle Station kind of region. So for a bunch of reasons, we'd like to move forward with taking the engineer's recommendation of doing a $1.1 million project. Scott, if he wants to add anything, and I just noticed the engineer's here too, so.
Yeah, but like Ben said, the plant has aged out. We just did a renewal cycle, and it's on its last 3-year cycle for a permit. It'd be an NPDS permit, it's a discharge permit in the stream we'd be able to do away with. The plan would be to bring it down the right of way of the Falls Creek sewer line. We'd install another lift station to get it there, and do away with slab run altogether. We have to actually put some money in the slab run this year to get it up to code, and we've had some issues with DEP with it, so we'd like to just do ourselves a favor and get rid of it,
So that's a $1 million project, basically?
basically.
And where's that money come from? Is it from grants or?
Yeah, a couple grants, USDA loan possibly, we're still researching everything, because everything's in the preliminary stages.
So that would come from the sewage fund?
Yeah, it'd end up on the sewer side. It's all sewer. And if we have to replace the package plant itself, it's about 1.8 million, I think, on the thing. And then we still have the permits and the maintenance and all of
There
that.
could be some shared savings because there's gonna be a trench already being opened for the water.
Yeah, we're hoping to use some of the sewer line that's already established over there. We just have to put a new lift station in to get it there.
Should also be a good moment to, Joe, tell us about the small water, because it could tie into that.
Right, we had a conference call with the USDA, who has a small water and sewer program that would fund projects such as this. We actually hit them with a couple projects that we know that are in the pipeline, and are looking at funding for that. They can finance projects like this up to 40 years, and there is a potential to get some grant on, in addition to that loan that would lower, our exposure on it. So it's definitely something that we are going to look into further. They will allow us to kind of put together a couple programs if we so choose to, so we can get some of those projects done on that capital list that we're thinking that we're out more than 3 to 5 years. We might be able to do them in the 1 to 3 year range. Programs like this one, where you're spending, you have additional electric costs, you have additional treatment costs and things like that. This will actually help save the city some money. So we think that, this is a good opportunity to use a loan and grant program like that to move it up in the list.
Sandy Township was aware that this day was coming.
Yeah.
The other thing is, last year, Sandy Township applied for a a Jefferson Avenue water line project, but we just found out yesterday that we were awarded that. It's a little bit, about $400,000. And so that plays into this because the Tannery Row Road, that's a tongue twister. You know, you're gonna be potentially moving the same earth and stuff, so we could potentially hire the same contractor to do both jobs at the same time, lower in procurement and funding costs, do some shared excavation and restoration, and just schedule it all together. So that'd be a great use of money.
I think Continental Sense right there.
There you go.
That grant came from our representative.
Yes, yeah.
Any questions on the board? We're looking for a motion on the memo regarding Slab Run Project 2026-01-20.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mark makes a motion and Shirley seconds it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same? Motion passed. Under authorization to advertise ordinance at 1.21.2026, we're looking at Council Bill 001-2026.
Before launching into the ordinances, Jason, what do you want to do about number 5 for civil service? Should we push that off until we have language, or go ahead and authorize a public hearing on it?
Bill number 5?
Yeah, I'm asking Jason.
Yeah, so, I mean, we don't have that one drafted yet. So
Wait.
it's up to the board whether they want to authorize advertisement of it without having seen it yet. It'll probably be pretty standard, it's probably gonna match what, I mean, most civil service ordinances all look the same, because you just take the language out of the third-class city code and apply it to the city. But certainly if you wanna wait until you see that language before you approve advertisement, that's fine too. I don't think there's a huge rush.
Well, wishes of the board, even though it is not drafted, do we want to go ahead and advertise anyway? Comments from the board, please.
To be clear, it would be almost identical to what the old city had, so it's not,
Thank you.
it's not a risk.
I'm okay.
Mark, you want to motion bills 001, 2, 3, 4, and 5?
I'll motion or second, whatever you need.
Mark's making a motion to authorize the bills from 001 to 005. Looking for a second.
Second.
Second by Shirley. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same? Motion passed.
Okay, we'll have those public hearings in advance of, I believe the second meeting in February, probably.
Okay. Anything else on your end, Ben, that you need to bring to the
There is just one thing that I neglected to put on the agenda. I'm not sure how you wanna handle it. At a previous meeting, we talked about the governance committee and appointing some citizens to it. We did have 2 people express interest. One was Mr. David Lombardo, the other was Miss Melissa Keene. Both had asked to be appointed to that, and I know that we would like to get that governance committee meeting ASAP, so I neglected to put it on the agenda, but deferring to legal counsel, as it's an appointment that doesn't cost money, it doesn't seem like it would be a big deal to add to the agenda.
Yeah, I think council could vote to add that to the agenda if those are the 2 folks they want to appoint.
Yes,
You have to vote to amend the agenda and then.
vote on it, yes.
Do we need to make a motion to
Amend the agenda.
amend the agenda at this time? And do you have a name you want to add to it?
Just Melissa Keene and David Lombardo were the only 2 that expressed interest.
Motion to amend the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Shirley? Dick? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
No,
Now, would you like to vote on it? So we did, we announced it at 3 public meetings, and had it up, and so it's been, I think, publicly made aware. The other council members that are on it are
Dick, Sam, and
Bill, and
myself.
Sam, yeah. So then you'd have a board of 5. Also, just by way of, I guess, an update, the capital and strategies team has taken a whack at creating, or at least coming up with a list of things that we thought need to be addressed by the governance committee. So we're ready to go. If you said you want to meet tomorrow, we'd be happy to get moving on it.
And we're gonna add 2 names to the committee.
If council would like to add Dave Lombardo and Melissa Keene as general public to that, you can feel free to.
Comments from the board?
The, so we're rewriting the charter?
At least reviewing it.
Okay, so, it's because when I did research, it looked like you had to put that up, if you rewrote it, you had to vote on it, put it up for a vote.
Oh, yeah, there's quite a process. But essentially, rather than having the council be a committee of the whole in order to update it, we're saying you three, and with some public input, ought to do a concentrated work session with us, or maybe more than one, in order to come up with revisions that you want to make. Then there is a lengthy process of updating the charter. I mean, basically the ordinance process. Thankfully, we're going through the codification process, so if there's a time to do it, it's now.
Have there been recent cities such as like ours that have recently updated their charter?
Oh, sure, yeah. I would defer to legal, I guess, if you don't know how frequently, but.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but.
But essentially, guys, we're just talking about updating your city code. I mean, we don't, code, the charter might not be the best word to think about it. Because in a way, your charter is your charter. But we can update the governance, like the code, the city code, in order to match and clarify and add detail and such, so that it's clearer how we ought to be operating. Who signs checks, for instance, how often you meet, things like that.
So it's not a total rewrite or anything, it's just basically
No.
just throwing things out that from, maybe made sense in 1979, but now doesn't make any sense.
Some good housekeeping.
Exactly, or in most cases, it's less so that we want to change anything as much as we want to add detail to it, add clarification.
Because things have changed.
Things have changed, yeah.
Ben, can we get Jason to see if he can get any site similar to us, just to look at too? Just to make sure, you know, I wanna do it for the future, not
Yeah.
archaic.
We have, yes, and we have already pulled, again, those other optional plan charter council manager form of government cities. There's a handful of them, so we've already pulled their charters. Reading, Mead, and Meadville were the two that we thought were detailed enough and modern enough to kind of have a good conversation.
Good point, Bill, thank you very much. Are we ready to move forward to the
I'll
addition
make
of?
that motion.
I'll second that.
Motion by Dick, second by Bill.
And that's to
Any
appoint,
other comments?
that's to appoint those two members.
Appoint
Yeah.
Lombardo and Keene to the governance committee. Correct, Dick?
Yep.
Correct, Bill?
Yep.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passed.
Okay, we'll schedule it.
Yeah,
You're
not
gonna
tomorrow.
comment on the ATV fee?
Oh, thanks for the reminder. At the last meeting, or actually, I think maybe the meeting on the 5th, we updated the fee schedule for, you know, everything from smoke tests to, well, ATV permits. And the previous policy had been something along the lines of $125 for the first ATV permit, and then 50, I believe, and then 25,
It
the
was
second and third years.
150, 100, and then 50.
Okay, 150, then 100, then 50. So it'd go first year, second year, third year, like that. We didn't state that in the resolution that you voted on. I guess it was just kind of assumed or neglected. And so I just wanted to make sure that everyone's understanding was that it would be the same type of policy as what you had before. So 150 is the first year, then 100 the second, 50 the third year, and subsequent years that people get ATV permits. And I suppose to get it in the minutes, it would be nice if you could just make a motion to that effect, that that is your understanding.
I make a motion, we clarify the language in the ATV permits.
Second. Second by Mike. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed? Good.
Jason, did you want that added to the agenda officially, or?
I think we're good.
I think that's a clarification.
This is a clarification, I think we're not doing anything new. We're just making it on the record what exactly it was we did last time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good, thank you, Jason, I appreciate that. Ben, you have anything else?
One more, I kind of let the cat out of the bag on the one grant, but go ahead and make the announcement on the other.
Yeah, so in addition to the Jefferson Avenue water line that we were awarded under the small water and sewer, that one was $391,000. We were awarded a second grant for safety and security improvements out of the water filtration plant in the neighborhood of $62,044. That'll be some access controls to doors and gates, cameras, and some security upgrades as far as networking also. So, very special thanks, big thanks to Senator Langerholt and Representative Armanini. They went to bat for us on these and got us. So, when we see them next time, make sure we extend our thanks. They are very instrumental in getting those for us.
And I think that one grant, Senator Langerhorn also was involved in that, so both of them.
Both small water and sewer,
Yes.
Langerholt and Armanini were, key players in us getting them.
Yep, and we thank them very much.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we continue a good working relationship. Thanks, Joe.
Yep.
So with that and the stamp money, so far in 2026, we've been awarded over $500,000 in state grants.
Thank you.
Off to a decent start for 20 days now.
Can we revisit the permit fee for the property? I don't think it was spelled out in there I don't think we were charging employees,
Oh, the ATV
or
permits?
the ATV permits.
Yeah, we generally have considered that an employee benefit along the same lines as the pool discounts, so,
But I don't think it was spelled out.
okay.
So the language that we just cleared up, I think we ought to mention that we are not charging employees that fee.
For the ATV ride, Lynn?
I think there's only like two or three or four that actually use it, but yeah, it seems like a decent employee benefit, and it's nice to have our employees out there running around because,
And keeps an eye on the property.
Exactly.
We're still continuing
Right.
that, right?
so honestly, there's kind of a benefit.
Okay. Mark, you want to make a motion that to continue the fee on that?
Well, to clarify, that we are not charging employees.
Yeah, I think we can just say to continue the previous policy regarding employees.
Employee.
Yeah, what he said.
I'll second it.
Bill?
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Wow, that was interesting. We get through that? Ben, anything else?
I don't think so.
Thank you very much. Jason, anything?
I don't have anything.
Okay, here we go. Public comments, please. Under public comments, we ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes. Tonight, we have 2 people that have asked to speak. The first one is Joseph Geithner.
Zeitler.
Thank you. You're on.
Evening, Joe Zeitler, Carnoff Road. Wanted to make it aware to everybody on the board and the council, the Washington Township supervisors are dealing with the renewed push for the landfill. So anybody that's been here from the late 90s will remember the 219 project and everything they were trying to do. They are renewing their efforts to get things rolling again, and the Washington Township supervisors have to do a final vote on the subdivision, which is integral into their plans. As you may or may not be aware, it's the entire western side of 219 from Interstate 80 up to about Min's Gas. Prevailing westerly winds would blow a lot of things towards Treasure Lake. And the way they're talking is a significant landfill. So just to be aware, it's coming, they're starting again. Washington Township has their meeting February 10th. If anybody's interested in going and expressing their concern, please. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Lisa Gobler, Hometown Hero Banners. Comments, please.
I have a speech. Hi, Lisa Goddard, downtown DuBois Group, Forsyth Road. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I wanted to briefly address the downtown DuBois Hometown Hero banner program. Since the banners started coming down, there have been a lot of calls and questions, so I wanted to clarify publicly what's happening. After considerable discussion, the downtown DuBois board, our executive director, and I made the difficult decision to take down the banners and officially retire the current version of the program. As chair of the committee and project manager for the last 8 years, it's been an honor to lead this effort and hear the stories of our local heroes. When the program began, I never imagined we would fill every pole, the city would keep putting them up, and we would keep filling them. It's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem. The original program wasn't designed to rotate banners, make room for new ones, no space for seasonal or downtown banners. The inventory became difficult. You could see they got faded over time. Some of them were in really bad disrepair. So, and then we had to turn a lot of people away. In total, nearly 300 banners were hung, a couple hundred keepsake banners. I still, even now, after 8 years, feel a swell of pride when you drive around DuBois and see the keepsake banners hanging on garden flags in people's yards. It tells me that the program mattered, and it still does. It was also especially important to me the program honored fire, police, and first responders in addition to our veterans. That's something that DuBois should be proud of, and not many communities do. So the program is not ending, it is rebooting. We're gonna have a retirement ceremony in March at the VFW where we expect to share details of the new program. The goal is to rotate banners every 2 years, simplify the application process, make room for new people to be recognized. We'll be looking at a couple different local vendors and pricing differences. I really did want to thank City Council, city employees, our community members, volunteers, and especially Scott Farrell and the city maintenance and public works crew who went above and beyond every year to make the program work. If anyone has questions, feel free to contact me, stop at my office. At Farmers Insurance, if you have complaints, you can keep calling Corby. It's been an honor to lead this project. We look forward to the next chapter and continuing to honor the heroes that have served our country and our community.
Lisa, while you're standing there, could you give us your phone number for a contact so we can get it in the record?
You want my personal line or?
Whatever you want to give us.
My office number, which also rings to my cell, so 814-581-4147. And that's Farmers Insurance, if that's what I'll answer. You have a question, Nick?
Yeah, some people were asking, can they pick up the banners?
Yeah, you can pick up the banners at my office. I have 300 of them sitting in there in bins supplied by the city,
Thank you.
all over. Anybody else have any questions?
Thank you very much. That was great. Solicitor and manager comments.
We've gone over everything. Well, given that public comment, I would suppose that I have had a couple of questions as to why the city removed the banners on our time. And the simple answer is we probably would need to charge if it was taking our time beyond what we were already doing. But we were taking down the Christmas decorations as it was, so it was actually saving us time to take them down because we didn't have to work around them.
I know, I'm not climbing the pole to take it down. I can tell you that. Board member comments. Dick, start with you.
Yeah, I just want to say, following off what Ben said, I think sometimes we just got to help each other do what we need to do as far as taking banners down, putting them up. I mean, you know, as long as it's not keeping us from doing other things that we need to do. Scott does a good job with that, and I just appreciate the banner program. And I did have some people question me as to why it was happening, and I said, I think it's time, and they've got a new program coming. And I'm glad to hear that that's going to happen. So thank you for all the good work you did there.
Sam?
Yeah, I just want to thank our senator and representative for getting us those grants, and it will help keep our rates stabilized, and improve the water and sewage system, so, happy to hear that.
Mark?
Thanks to our state senators as well, and a special thanks to Lisa. I mean, it's a great program that you've been running. And it's time to recycle those banners and get new ones up. I don't think they were intended to last forever.
Are all the banners down?
At this point, I got the last bid about 3-4 o'clock this afternoon from Maple Avenue.
Thank you.
Charlotte?
Yeah, again, thank you for all your years working hard on the banners. It is a tedious process and it's greatly appreciated. Joe, all your efforts on the grants and grant writing and working with our senators to make all of that happen for us. A reminder to everybody here about the board, council, the Chamber Business Bash next Saturday, and I hope to see everybody there. And again, in thanking and lifting up others, I feel it's the best thing to do. It boosts morale, it encourages people to work even harder at their jobs, and the next person I want to thank is Scott Farrell. Not that he needs any incentive to work any harder than he already does. I got to spend time today with Scott and get a thorough rundown overview of our water and sewer treatment plants and the depth of complexities in running both of those facilities. Just mind-boggling, and at times I was very overwhelmed with the information and just looking at everything that they're in control of and they must do to make sure that the water we receive is in the best top quality that we do receive, and same with what's going out. So Scott, thank you. I had the pleasure of working with Scott for many years and also assisting him whenever he was fire chief. So I've always known he's meticulous and very thorough, but today I got to see a sense of pride and enthusiasm for what he does. And I think we're very blessed to have someone like Scott, not handling 1 or 2 departments, but actually 3. And I just want to say thank you, Scott, for all your years of service and great job that you've done. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Another 10 more.
Wow.
That's a buyout. That sounded like a buyout.
No, I already told you to watch it for a few more years.
Got a little comic relief on that, we had to get that one.
I guess we'll get you a Burger King hat.
Bill, you're up. You're up, Bill.
Just want to thank, I think that was a wonderful program, and hopefully we can move it forward. Just thank all the employees. I know it's been an up and down here the last couple of weeks on some things, and but job well done by all. And we're gonna have some rough road here, looks like this weekend. And I just ask our citizens just to be calm, patient. They'll get out there, get the streets clean when they can, safely. That's the big thing. It's like the fire department, the police departments. They're just not flying around. I mean, they gotta do it safe, so everybody's protected. And if anybody needs any assistance, please don't hesitate. Call so we can get you taken care of. Because it's gonna be cold, and I'm sure Scott and them's gonna be out on some water line breaks. Unfortunately. Thank you.
Yes, Mike.
Okay, I echo all the thank yous that have been made by everyone here. I want to add 4 guys who made reports to us and responded to all our questions, very helpful. When you mentioned the senator and representative, if we haven't, have you considered giving them our meeting schedule and ask them for an occasional, have their presence here? I think it would be a good thing if we had them here and listen to us and allow us to get some updates.
Very good point, Mike. Thank you. Barry, yes, I'm going to follow up the Public Works, their snow removal. I think you guys are doing phenomenal, keeping the roads plowed. Our Public Works and our city workers that go out and work in this adverse conditions, we all applaud you. I do have a question, maybe you guys can help on the fire side. police side, are we having any warning shelters being opened up in anticipation of anything happening? If we do, it will be,
It'll be advertised.
it'll be advertised.
Yeah, as EMA director, I'll just say it again. You live in western Pennsylvania.
Correct.
You should have enough stuff in your home to get you through about anything for a week. If you need help, call us. We're more than happy to do anything for anybody. But again, you live in western Pennsylvania. You know, it snows, things happen, storms happen. You need to be self-prepared for a lot of things. I don't mean to be that guy, but I will be. You need to be able to take care of your own family and yourself.
And sometimes your road isn't gonna be the first road plowed over
No.
either. You know, so you're gonna have to just bear with us. You know, we'll get you. Anything for the good of the order? Looking for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Bill,
Second.
second by Mark. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.
Accidents happen when you least expect them. If you're ever in one, remember 3 simple steps.
Check for injuries. Call the police. Then call Cataldo's Collision.
Because Cataldo's Collision isn't just any body shop. They're auto body specialists.
At Cataldo's Collision, they work for you, not the insurance company.
From certified technicians to pickup and delivery service, they use modern technology to get you back on the road fast, with your car restored to like new.
Cataldo's Collision in DuBois. When it matters most, they do magic.